Everyone enjoys a good knockout, and MMA is no stranger to delivering them. The best thing about a knockout is that it can turn a battle around in the blink of an eye. One punch has the power to change history, and the people on this list have done exactly that. The biggest knockouts in MMA history are not for the faint of heart. Over the years, some truly crushing KOs have risen to the top of our member rankings. They might be referred to as the greatest of the best or the worst of the worst. It isn't easy to narrow down the top 10 UFC knockouts of all time since there have been so many great moments involving fans' favorite competitors. Let's enjoy memorable knockouts from MMA history. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for our future updates. Number 1. Dustin Poirier-Conor McGregor. It is one of the best knockouts in MMA history. Dustin Poirier made it a point to state in the build-up to his rematch with Conor McGregor at UFC 257 that 6 years is a long time, and he was right, as the outcome of his second go-round with the Irish superstar was considerably different than the first, with a second-round TKO victory. McGregor got in Poirier's face right on, but after a brief skirmish, Poirier secured a takedown 30 seconds into the bout. McGregor rose to his feet, and the two exchanged shoulder blows as they fought in the clinch against the fence. McGregor was still tied up with 3 minutes to go, but he landed a couple of knees before breaking free with little over 90 seconds. McGregor scored with a strong right hand, met with a hook from Poirier, who went back and forth until the horn. To begin round 2, Poirier attacked McGregor's leg, although McGregor's punch accuracy remained impressive. Poirier kept active and took the blows effectively. After surprising McGregor with a left hand against the fence, he unloaded with both hands, eventually downed the Irishman with a right hand. After another strong right hand, referee Herb Dean came in and stopped the fight at 2:32 of round 2. Number 2. Derrick Lewis Curtis Blaydes. Derrick Lewis took a while to get into a groove in his UFC Fight Night main event against Curtis Blaydes. Still, once he landed a flush shot in the second round, the fight was over, and the heavyweight contender had his 4th consecutive victory, tying Vitor Belfort for the most knockouts in UFC history. Houston's Lewis attacked first with a right hand as Blaydes narrowed the gap in the first minute, but Blaydes prevailed in the next sequence. In round 2, Blaydes threw again, but Lewis brushed away a subsequent takedown attempt. But just as the Illinois native appeared to be gaining control, Lewis stepped in with a single right hand that froze him and sent him to the canvas. After 2 follow-up blows, referee Herb Dean called the bout off. The official time for the second round was 1:26. Number 3. Terrence McKinney-Matt Frevola. Terrence McKinney had a sensational short-notice debut in the octagon 8 days after an LFA victory, recording the 4th quickest finish in UFC history with a 7-second finish of Matt Frevola. When the two lightweights were beckoned into action, they exchanged hands before McKinney delivered a quick 1-2 that knocked Frevola out. The next bombardment brought in referee Jason Herzog, who stopped the bout at 07 of the first round, marking it the quickest conclusion in UFC lightweight history. Number 4. Shoney Carter Matt Serra. Shoney Carter waited until the last 10 seconds of a battle that Matt Serra won comfortably before throwing a spinning back punch that knocked out the unbeaten fighter from New York. These knockouts are practically unheard of in MMA, but Carter's remains one of the most famous. Number 5. Quinton Jackson Chuck Liddell. Quinton Jackson had done it 4 years before, but could he repeat the feat against one of the most dominant light heavyweight champions of all time? Since his first loss to Jackson at Pride Final Conflict in 2003, Liddell has gone 7-0, including 4 championship defenses. Jackson entered with an overall record of 26-6 and wasted no time in knocking out Liddell 1 minute into the first round. Number 6. James Irvin Terry Martin. There has to be one flying knee knockout on this list, and the one James Irvin used to knock out Terry Martin at UFC 54 is the greatest. Spencer Fisher vs. Matt Wyman and Fredson Paisao vs. Pablo Garza were 2 more flying knee knockouts. Both boxers were waved in for the second round by the referee. Irvin confronted Martin in the center, but not with his fists. He launched a flying knee that knocked Martin down cold. Number 7. Rose Namajunas Zhang Weili. Rose Namajunas yelled, "I'm the best," to herself as Bruce Buffer introduced her, and she proved it in 78 seconds as she knocked out Zhang Weili to reclaim the UFC strawweight championship. Namajunas threw a flush left kick to the head that sent Zhang hard to the ground after the two men strolled around the octagon to get used to the octagon. Namajunas went for the finish and got it after a few hammer fists, with referee Keith Peterson stepping in at 1:18 of round 1. Number 8. Corey Sandhagen Frankie Edgar. Corey Sandhagen made a statement to the top of the bantamweight class in the co-main event of UFC Fight Night, knocking out Frankie Edgar in the first round. As the fight began, Edgar's typical pressure was evident, but with perfect timing, a leaping right knee struck Edgar hard on the jaw, sending him to the mat face first. Sandhagen did not need to respond since referee Keith Peterson stopped the fight at 28 seconds of the first round. Number 9. Chris Barnett Gian Villante. On Saturday night, Chris Barnett blasted the roof off Madison Square Garden by dropping Gian Villante on the canvas with a spinning wheel kick to the head, then swarming the New Yorker with unanswered blows to earn the finish midway through the second round. Throughout the first 5 minutes, the two swapped kicks at range and were prepared to do so early in the second until Barnett twisted, spun, and connected, finishing the performance with a jubilant flip. When allowed to talk with Joe Rogan after the victory, Barnett asked the MSG crowd to give it up for the retiring Villante before breaking out in joyful dance and departing the octagon. Beast Boy puts on a fantastic performance in the cage and on the mic to earn his first UFC victory. Number 10. Ignacio Bahamondes Roosevelt Roberts. The two towering lightweights jumped straight in, trading long punches and leg kicks in the center of the octagon early in the first round, each nice landing blows and working steadily. Bahamondes took control of the fight, pressing the action and putting pressure on Roberts, causing the Predator to seize a single leg, forcing the young Chilean to defend. After returning to space, Bahamondes continued to lead the dance, throwing at a faster tempo and with more diversity until the finish of the round. To begin the second, it was more of the same, with Bahamondes coming forward behind a superb combination of punches and kicks, striking from various stances and levels. While Roberts shot back methodically and opened up Bahamondes with his jab, the 23-year-old UFC sophomore was unfazed, sticking in Roberts' face and launching a barrage of blows. Despite finishing the round with a red mask due to cuts at both ends of his brow line, Bahamondes was in command going into the final round. Just a great way to cap off an outstanding performance by the recent Dana White Contender Series graduate and a remarkable manner for Bahamondes to achieve his maiden UFC victory. That brings us to the end of this video. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for our future updates. Thank you for watching.